Hello guys, welcome back to the Minecraft mod showcase, and today we're going to be looking at the spawn mod by Ninik by request of some people. Let's get started. So we're going to begin through this side first. So these are new blocks that are going to appear in your world. These are the rotten blocks. They appear based upon the biome of the ants. So ants have a chance of rotting the wood. So, and they also appear in this biome, in this section where there's a bunch of ants. You'll find the rotten wood, and then you can find and make all the variants of wood. The way you create the crack rotten plank is by putting a normal rotten plank and using an axe and just right clicking it, and then it also, give me 1 second. So what happens is the rotten plank has a creepy sound. I don't know if you guys can hear it. When you guys walk on top of it, it'll have like a custom sound, like a creaking sound. And then we have the reds, all the variants, doors. You can even hear the creaking whenever you open the door. Makes great for a haunted mansion or something like that. Then we have more blocks. Reefstone, you'll find them in the different biomes. There's, I believe, 4 biomes, and we'll go through them in a minute. Then we have the rest of the blocks. These ones are actually crafted using the shelves of the snails. And there are different variables of, well, different ways to make them and create the different blocks for decoration. And I'll show you guys how to get the shelves in a minute. Then we have more blocks. Then we have some grass, some flowers. The new sunflower that appears, so the old sunflower for vanilla is replaced with this one, and these are the seeds that you can acquire by destroying them, and then you can plant them, and when you plant them, it'll just look like this, and they'll eventually grow into the sunflower. And then we'll wait on that. This is a dry hamster. So something I forgot to say is that the sunflower seeds, the way to get them is when you see the black dot in the middle, you can right click them and then you get the sunflower seeds, so you don't need to destroy the sunflower to get them. Now then, for the dried hamster, I couldn't find how to get it. So I'm assuming maybe it's something that the developers are working on. I thought maybe if you put a hamster in a hole in the desert, after a while it'll die and dry out, but that didn't work, so that experiment failed. So I'm not sure. I couldn't find anything about it, and I couldn't see how to get it, because you cannot like hold a hamster. You can tame a hamster, and I'll show you how to tame it, but there's no way for you to hold it, like put it in like a furnace or something like that to cook it or to dry it. I have no idea how you get it at the moment. Then we have this one called the Potter's Sweet Berries, which is crafted like this. And the reason why it's like this, the berry bush won't hurt you anymore, but you can get your berries by right clicking it, and then you can just eat your berries this way. Next we have the Sea Giant Pickle, which looks like this. Outside the water and inside the water it looks like this, and it glows. Oh, another thing about this sea pickle is that if it's on top of coral, you can bone meal it and it'll grow infinitely, so you can become anything as big as you guys want to. And you can also, if you grab it, you can craft it into just normal sea pickles, or you can make sea pickles into the big sea pickle. Now then, moving on, we have the corals, the different corals. These are the dry ones, and then the not dry ones that have some water behind them. and that's how they look, the new corals for the new biome. Then the other corals also, we have all the variants, dry ones, not dried, all the way over here. Then we have the anthills. So this is the anthill and this is the rotten log anthill, and they all spawn in the world. I guess I have one over here. Right here. It was already here in this world, in this section. There's some more over there also. And after a while they will spawn something called an ant mount. And the thing about them is that if you have a, is it called a brush? Yes, a brush. You can brush them, and eventually you might be able to get some goodies from them. In this case, I got a mushroom, and that's how they work. But I'll talk about it once I get to the mod, so I'll get there eventually. Then we have this thing called the Moral Crevice, and it actually has a mob in there. So let me do this, and when it's not in the water it'll just look like this, empty, but it's under the water it'll look like this, and it'll actually have a mob inside of it. And let's see if I can get it out, because sometimes it'll devour other fishes. So if I put it out, there we go. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it'll go in, go out, and then eat the fish. And sometimes when it's not eating or it's not hungry, you'll see the head popping out. It's like a snake looking thing. And then we have the mucus blocks. And the mucus blocks, the way that they work is you get them with mucus, and you get the mucus from snails, and I'll show you guys how to get the mucus in a minute. But the thing about the mucus is that it will slow down mobs. So if I put some mucus right here, and then I'll put some zombies, you'll see that the zombies are stuck and they like walk slower, and I guess they're they're burning. But it'll slow down mobs if they fall on it, and that's how they work. Let me make it day again. And then we have something called the pigment shifter, which you can craft like this. And I'll show you guys how to get the shell fragments in a minute. And the only way it works is when it's underwater. It'll look like this underwater, and then it'll allow you to change the color of some of the species. So the ones that allows you to change colors is tropical fish, the axolotl, the seahorse, and the clam. Now then, I know you're going to need primarine shards and primarine crystals to do it, but I know it's a little bug, because when you place it in, you go in here, you put all your blocks, it should show some kind of model right here, but it's not doing it always. So I know it's a little bit glitch. So the only way that I found it to work is by, give me a second, let me get them out, by dropping them in there, and it doesn't work for all of them. I don't know why, but it only works for the seahorse part. So once I get them out, if I go back, I'm putting fishes in. If I go back in there and I put it back, the axolotl doesn't work, the clam doesn't work, the tropical fish doesn't work, but actually the tropical fish is working now. And the seahorse sometimes works. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can make it work again, because I want to show you guys what I was seeing when I was doing it myself. There we go. So you'll see a model like this. So I know it's a little bit glitch, and then you need all your prismarine and everything, and then you get a new tropical fish color based upon the dyes that you choose there, and it'll consume them, and then you'll have to recraft it, I guess, to get more dyes and charts to be able to use it again and change the color of the next one. Hello, just future Jarsalam here. I just noticed when I was editing the video that something I was doing is spawning the mobs actually in the hole next to the pigment shifter. And so if you do that, then the Oxalo works. The only one that I couldn't get to work is the clam. I did spawn some clams over here, but for whatever reason the clams are not working. So either I'm doing something wrong, or the clam ones is the ones that are a little glitchy. Next we have the ant farm, which is basically like the craftable bee hives that you can make, and then you can have ants move into here, and then they'll create the ant mounts for you to find goodies from. And then we also have the ghostly mucus blocks, which are crafted like this, and they have 2 stages. One looks like this, and it's based upon the water. If it has water, it'll change into that color, into the solid block, and you won't be able to go through it. But if it's not near water, then it becomes a ghost color, so you can walk through it. And I think you can create pretty cool things with it based upon the water attaching it. And then we have this thing called the clam launcher, and the way to craft it is like this. And if you step on it, actually if you right click it, it'll do the opening, but if you step on it and you right click it, it'll toss you, you'll take damage. But if you also put a redstone signal on it, it'll activate it, so you can use it as traps for mobs. Then we have the hamster wheel, and then you craft the hamster wheel like this. And the way it works, you want a hamster, and then if you place a hamster in here, it'll go to the wheel and it'll create a redstone signal as long as it's running on the wheel. It won't run forever, but it'll run for a certain amount of time and then it'll stop. So you can power your traps with hamsters, which are quite not very what should we call it? They're not very obedient, because they don't always do the running. Now then, hamsters are found in meadows, plains, and sunflower fields. And a hamster will have different variants that will stand up, but you can tame them with sunflower seeds, and then you can make them sit and stand up. And another thing is, if you shift right click, or if you toss something at them, they will pick them up and they'll put it in their chicks, and you can actually stack them in there and take them out. And as more things they have in their chicks, so let me get more blocks. I guess I can put whatever in here. You'll see a change on the chicks of the hamster. So if the hamster is full of things, you'll see its chicks blob. There it is. Ah! Come on, get out of there. See, as you guys can see, it changed the model, and now it looks like his chicks are stuffed. And one more thing about hamsters is that they're very territorial. So if you tame another one, they're going to fight each other. So you can only have one hamster at a time. If not, they're going to try to kill each other. And that's how the hamsters work. And next, we have this thing called the Octodock. And the way you craft it is like this. And you want to use it to trap an octopus. So the way you do it is... Let me grab one of this. I think I have the octopus here. And since I'm going to be doing the octopus, I'll just go ahead and grab the chest and this to show you the full thing. So if you place it in the water or near an octopus, the octopus will go in, and then you'll get a capture octopus, and then you can remove it from there. Also, if an octopus goes in there, you can shift right click it and the octopus will come out. But anyway, so once you have a captured octopus, you can, in the chest, you can right click, shift right click it, it'll become a locked chest. So no other player, if you have like a server, no other player can open it unless you give them a key. So if you shift right click, you'll make it into a key, and then the person will have to open it with the key. So because I'm the owner, I can just open it. But if I give this key to another player, and they'll be able to open it. But because I'm forever alone, that cannot happen with me. And so let me get rid of the octopus, and I can put things back in here, and we can move on. And these are all the different buckets that you can get. You can get the anglerfish in the bucket, the herring, the baby sunfish, the tuna eggs, the seahorse, and the captured octopus. And I'll show you guys some the rest of the mobs in a second. And then we have the clams. Clams have different looks. So as you guys see, this is a big clam. Give me 1 second. I think I went out of order. Okay, so I didn't go out of order. I just had to chest with clams. So let me grab the clams. It doesn't really matter. And then they have different variants. They have small clams, big clams. Let's see if I can get one of the big ones again. Maybe, I guess these ones spawn the big ones. There we go. The big ones, you can right click them and you can grab them and take them with you. And the small ones, you can also right click them, but they'll look different in your inventory. So the clams, small ones look like this and the big ones look like this. And if you put them in a crafting table, you'll get clam meat, and you'll also get the shell fragments. And that's how you get the shell fragments, and you can cook the meat and you can consume it too. Now then, that's all the clams. Let me get rid of all the clams. And then, where did I leave? Okay, so the ant pupa, you'll be able to find the ant pupa in a biome, and I'll show you where it is located towards the end when I show you guys the structures, because it's technically a structure, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. Then we have the shelves, which I just showed you. Then there's a suspicious stick. And the thing about the suspicious stick is that I couldn't find anything about the suspicious stick. If someone knows anything about this thing, please let me know. I tried to right click things, I tried to hit things with it. I couldn't find what it does exactly, and I couldn't find anything I tried to find and look it up, and I couldn't find anything regarding this suspicious stick. So I would very much appreciate if someone can tell me about this suspicious stick and the dry hamster, because I couldn't find anything about it. Okay, so the casting net is crafted like this, and you can use it to capture different fish that are stackable. So you can capture up to 16, and you can right click them as long as they're together, and then they'll stack in, and then if you right click it again, they'll come out. So if I use this one and I right click it, the fish that were in here are now out here, and then if I right click it, I'll capture it again, the fish, as long as they're within a certain amount of distance. Then we have the different music disc, and the music disc, you're going to find them in chests. In one of them, you're going to find them specifically in that ant structure. So these are the discs. Water horse, rot, and jam. And those are all the discs that come with this mod. Next, we have the different meats that you can eat: the herring, the cooked ones, the tuna, the cooked tuna, the escargot, you craft them like this, the clam meat and the cooked clam meat, and then the tuna sandwich, and the clam chowder, and then the anglerfish. And you can, the angerfish is the only one that gives you an effect. So if you eat it, you get night vision for like 2 seconds, which is really not that much. What you want to do is what I'm going to show you guys next. So the angerfish will spawn in the deep sea, and it looks like this. And if you right click it and feed it some kind of glowing item, in this case I'm using glow powder, you'll get night vision for 5 minutes. So they're really nice. And another thing about the anglefish is if it's in the surface, it'll dry up and it'll like this, and eventually die because it's a fish. Next, we have the octopus I already went through, the herring. So this is a herring. This is just a new type of fish, the little fish. They look like this. They spawn in schools, and they're always like in bunches like that. Then we have the barracuda, which is a big fish that looks like this. And then we have the sea cow. And the sea cow is a little bit special. So the sea cow will be found in sea glass meadows, which is a new biome in this one. And I'll show you guys biomes and all that. And the barracuda is evil and eats other fishes. Oh no, yeah, it ate one of them, right? I think so. I think I'm correct. And this is the sea cow. I think it's going to take the whole tank. So let me get rid of these guys. You guys can stay here. So this is a sea cow. So the sea cow will eat sea grass as it gets bigger. I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys, but if you feed it until it's full, so it has 2 stages. If you feed it until it's full, it might be able to find you some gold ore or some kind of armor or something like that. But if it's half full, then it's going to find you something less useful, as when it eats the seagrass. So as the seagrass grows, and the sea cow will munch on it and make it smaller, and will eventually maybe give you something in return. And it'll despawn unless you interact with it. So you can also milk the sea cow, and you can get some milk from it, like this. And that removes my night vision. Next, we have the seahorse, and the seahorse comes in a bunch of different variants. You can find them in warm oceans or seagrass meadows also, and it looks like this. This is the seahorse. Hopefully I don't miss anything. Then we have the sunfish. This is a sunfish. They will eat and they can breed. That one fell out of the... I think it's going to die. I have too many fishes here. So as they breed, they'll spawn a little baby right there. And the baby will evolve to a bigger fish. And those 2 evolutions or 2 phases of this fish, the sunfish, will allow it, you'll be able to use a bucket to scoop them up. And they will lie on their backs and when it's sunny. And at night they'll go down in the sea, and in the morning they will go up towards the sun. And let me get rid of all this before I move on, because there's way too many. There, I got rid of some of them. Next, we are going to go to the tuna. The tuna can be found in cold or regular water, oceans I mean. And the tuna looks like this. And the tuna will sometimes jump out, and if you feed them fish, they will mate and they will drop an egg, and the egg is the thing that you can scoop up with the bucket. and eventually the egg will come out and you'll have a little tuna baby. And that's all of them, of the fishes. Then we have the ants, and the ants, let me grab everything out. You'll find the ants in the anthills, and they'll spawn all around the world. You'll find them at this. The ants look like this. If you attack them, survival, I might die. If you attack them, they'll work as bees and they'll all come at you and attack you. Also, if you destroy one of this or the anthill, I forget what it's called. Terrible memory. If I destroy them too, it will make them aggressive and it will also attack me. And creative. No. Good thing I have keep inventory just in case that happens. I freaked out. And then another thing is inside that dungeon, or dungeon structure, you can find, while brushing, you can find ant puma. And the ant puma, when you spawn them, they will be yours. And then you can color them. You can use different dyes to color them. And eventually, when they become adults, they will, if they're different colors, they will attack each other. So right now they're babies, but once they're adults, they'll start attacking each other if they're different colors. Now then, we're going to move on to the snail. And let me grab all the different things that I prepare. So the snail is, you can find them in the taiga, the old growth, the pine and spruce taiga, and I'll show you guys what happens if you use if they get wet or they go on top of wet sponge or mud. So this is the snail. The snail, if I go to survival after I make it day, if I go to survival, if I get too close to it, it'll go inside its shelf and look like this. And if I attack it, it'll take less damage. It'll eventually die. Oh, and the ants will attack it too. They're like dogs, the ants. So if I hit something, they'll attack it. Anyway, so I lost it. Give me a second. Okay, so that's a snail. And if you feed them mushroom stew, which I only have one, which is not going to be good. Let me go back into creative so it doesn't disappear. Okay, so if I feed them mushroom stew, they'll mate and they'll leave. Where is it? What happened? Did you guys get interrupted? Okay, let me try it again. 2 snails, mushroom stew, and once they finish, they should lay out some eggs. I'm not seeing them, but usually they will lay down the eggs. The eggs look like this. Where are they? With them right here. They'll look like this, and eventually the snails will come out. So they kind of work like turtles. Another thing is, as long as you're far away and they're outside, if you shoot them with a bow, you'll knock out their shelves like this, and then you can use them for crafting recipes. And eventually, the snail will grow the shelf back, so it's not like they will be naked forever. Oh, right here. Did I do that, or no? They did it. So right here, it came over here to drop the eggs. And another thing is, if they go on top of mud or wet sponges, they'll start leaving a trail like this. And then if you I shouldn't have done that. I need that bucket. Water. And then you can grab it with a shovel. I mean, There we go. My hands are too good. But you can grab them with a shovel. You can also make them have the trail if it rains. You get stuck in them too. Or if you get them wet with a bucket of water. And that's all for the snails. And I think that's all the mobs. And yep, so now I'm going to go to the different biomes. So I'll show you guys how they look in a minute when I get there. So this is an ant garden and it looks like this. I believe I'm not too far away. I think my setup is over there. But you'll find a bunch of the ants, the blank ants, right here. There's two different ones, the orange ones, red ones that I showed you guys, and then these ones. And then you'll find the fallen leaves, the rotting trees, all here. And this is where you can find them, and you can collect this. And this is actually, I didn't have to go far away. This is called an ant mound, and if you dig down, actually, if you come down here, let me get a brush. I wasn't ready for this. So if you come down here, you can start brushing the different things, and you might have right here. This is the way that you can get the pupa out of here. And so this is how you get them from not the ant hills, but the ant mounds. And this is the only way for you to get them from these for the giant ant structures. And you can actually dig down and you can find another level with more things for you to find. And I believe the deeper you go, I think there's, if I'm correct, I think maybe 2 or 3 levels. But the deeper you go, the highest chances you have to find the pupa or the discs. So this is the only way for you to find the rot discs. And if there another level, there is another level right here, and you can find some items. So it goes down 3 levels, and this one has some string. Let's see if I can find something that has something good. And I think this has some copper ore in there. And that's it. It goes down 3 levels. I was correct. I was 2 or 3, but it was 3. So I was right. And the third one, you'll find a chest. And then just be careful, because if you are in survival and you break something, for instance, I'm just rushing, so they're cool with it. But if I come over here and I break this ant mount, and then now they're aggressive and they're going to try to take me out. So just be careful with that when you guys are exploring this dungeon, I guess. I think it's classified as a dungeon. Now then, let's go to the next location. So this is called the Deep Warm Sea. And let me get some night vision. Okay, now we can see. So this is the Deep Warm Sea. And this is one of the new biomes you'll find. And this is where you find the new coral that I was showing you guys. So this is the biome. You'll find some octopus. You'll find some of the mobs. You'll find the clams down here, the big clams. And I don't see any of the other mobs right now. They might be spawning. Oh, there we go. There's a school fish right here. And there's some of the other fishes that we're looking at also. So this is one of them. And then I'll go to the next one, and I'll meet you guys in a second. This is the next biome. This is called the Rocky Shores, and it looks like this. You'll find the reef stones here, and then you can use it to do the different blocks that come with the reefs, with that kind of block. But this is the biome. There's nothing really to it. It's just a bunch of rocks everywhere, and some of the mobs or clams you'll be able to find here. and also some of the mobs will spawn eventually. But I just got here, and I can see a turtle. So you can also find the Alga Reef Stone here also, and some of the smaller clams. Next location. This is the Sea Glass Meadow, and this is where you're going to find the cows and the little seahorse and the school of the other fishes. So you guys can see as they go in as one unit usually. And this is it. You'll find a bunch of pickles, sea pickles all around, and you'll find the sea cows also in this location. Now then, moving to the next location. So this is the structure that I was talking about. This is called the Ant Mount, and yeah, I'm not going to go through it again. I just show you guys what it has inside. So I'll move to the last structure, and now the last structure. So this is where you're going to find the octopus. This is called the Octopolis, I think. And you'll find some of these weird cages, and then if you open them, get me in there, you'll find the bone blocks in here like this. And there's other little structure looking things in here, and you can find this other thing, and you can find some barrels in here. But you'll find the octopus here, and this is where you can grab the octopus using that little thing that I showed you guys. I forgot the name of it, but the thing that traps them. You'll be able to get them here, and then you can trap them. And this is it. This is the last location for this mod. I believe I covered everything. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. If I missed anything, I'll try to reply, and I'll try to find out what I missed. If you guys have any ideas how to get that dry hamster and what the weird stick does, let me know too. And that's it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was, and if you did, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.